Ken Capsell is here alongside our other director, Rob Clotty from Zionsville Youth Soccer. And we're here to kind of bring you up to speed on our new initiatives and rebranding of the travel program. And for those of you that couldn't make it to the town hall meetings, we want to kind of give you in-depth information and get you up to speed as to what's happening in the club and the changes that are occurring, and just kind of walk you through that process and get everybody up to speed. So that's kind of what we're talking about today. And Coach Clotty will be talking about our different program initiatives as well. And we'll kind of get you a little into detail. So why are we here? We're here today to talk about the rebrand process that we want to bring everybody up to speed on, those folks that couldn't make it to our town halls, and we want to be able to project and announce and give you guys all the information that what's happening and the changes that are happening in this club. Rob?
One of the things we're attempting to do is change the perception of Zionsville Youth Soccer Association. Currently, we have about 90% of our players are from the Zionsville area, and we really need to expand our geographic footprint in order to, one, alleviate several of the roster issues that we deal with at the older age groups. And secondly, we're really looking to expand our opportunities and our competitiveness to reduce player departures as well as they pursue elite opportunities other places.
Right, and many people don't know that the IHSA, Indiana High School Athletic Association, has a 7-player rule, which means that only 7 kids from a particular high school can play on their club team. And we have a majority of Zionsville kids. So by the time our kids get to the senior level, U15 and above, a lot of our teams are struggling to stay together because those teams have to only allow 7 players. So we've got to find ways to bring players in from outside the Zionsville high school area. The idea is to raise the club's level of competitiveness across the board. We want to make sure that we are increasing and we're stepping up the game to increase our competitiveness across the board.
We need when I said the geographic footprint, we've got communities such as Brownsburg and Lebanon and Pike Township and Carmel that we really need to do a greater job of attracting players from those communities into be a destination club in that northwestern Indianapolis area to that'll help progress our competitive level overall.
Right. And one of the key initiatives, we'll get into more about the player development, coach development. One of the key initiatives we're doing is facility development. And we're excited to let people know that if you've driven by our fields lately, we are in the process of building a new turf field. It's a $1.8 million project, and the anticipated date of completion will be somewhere between around mid-April is what we're looking at, because they've had some delays with the weather. But we're really excited to show the families what we're doing and stepping up our facility game as well. It's going to be a huge addition to our complex, and we're really excited about it.
The turf field's going to provide us the opportunity to train throughout the winter. It's going to provide us the opportunity to provide greater access to outside groups that want to come in and rent during the summertime. We've got numerous clubs and adult groups that want to do those things. And effectively, it just adds another training opportunity in addition to gym usage that we use in our indoor facility. The outdoor turf during the inclement weather is really going to expand our training opportunities.
It's a huge added value to our programming and offerings to our kids. Key initiatives, we're looking at what you're going to see in 2025. We've put together a 5-year strategic plan that covers just about everything you can imagine in depth. We're not going to go into all of it. But the key initiatives, of course, our player development program, our coach development program. We're going to increase and enhance the club culture. You're seeing our facility development implications. We have a parent engagement program, and we're going to still have a huge community connection that we're going to continue to go forward. We have great presence in the community with the schools and the Boys and Girls Clubs and the churches and the businesses around the area. So those things are going to continue to grow and expand. When we talk about some of the key initiatives, Coach, that we're putting together going forward, talk about some of those things.
Well, one, we're trying to find the appropriate levels of competitive placement for our teams. You see a lot of teams we've got several teams within our older age groups that play within regional leagues, and we would like to provide that opportunity for all of our U13 and above, all of our travel teams to provide that. So we're currently vetting several different opportunities in that way. We've also sat down as a staff and we're re-evaluating where we place teams in tournaments, because we've got to ensure that we place teams in appropriate tournaments that are going to challenge them competitively, that are going to provide the ones that aspire to play at another level the opportunity to be seen by college coaches. And finally, we've got to take on as a staff a constant level of player evaluation, and understand that we've got to be able to move players up and down within the club, within age groups, to ensure that players are on appropriate teams and that they're challenged regularly in both their training and the games they play.
Yeah, and it's a constant evaluation. It's not just evaluating after the season or preseason. It's constant evaluation. Weekly, the coaches are constantly looking to ways to improve and evaluate where they're at. The three main pillars that we're focused on and building behind our development of our players, development of our coaches, and building our club culture. Those are the three main pillars that are focused on, are driving all of this and are going to be driving all of our programming. Let's talk about some of the exceptional player development. Pillar number one, Coach, exceptional player development programs.
Well, one of the things that we've done is we've taken on this year is trying to provide game film for all of our U11 teams and up. And we've made a major investment in video cameras and ensuring that all of the teams, we're effectively having two teams share a single camera to be able to get as much video of games as possible, so both the coaches can evaluate and see things so they can develop their level of play, but also that the players and the families have access to that, so they can share that with their extended families or just be able to evaluate their own play. We've expanded our summer camp offerings. We're going to end up we've got numerous supplemental training opportunities over the course of the year. And we've also started a program that was called Stations this last fall that's being transitioned into ATP, Advanced Technical Performance Training, this spring, which is focused on our academy level teams, our U9 through our U12 level teams, where on practice days, we're going to provide supplemental opportunities that are included within their team fees to come out and work specifically on technical training.
A lot of different opportunities for kids to improve and engage. We talk about player development culture, and we talk about more than just the game, more than teaching the physical, technical, tactical, psychological, social things that we do. The character development, the confidence, building confidence in players. It's a big component of what we do and what we teach in the player development side.
We're building off of our traditional 5 C's programming, and we're actually going to transform it into where we've got mental training that's even more applicable to on the field and at practice performance. So a lot of those things we've consulted with Dan Abrahams, who's one of the sports psychologists from England, and just in regards to how do you develop players where their self-talk, the thoughts within their heads are actually benefiting their performance on the field and not holding them back.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And just to be able to put our players in front of some of those scenarios, we have a team that's going to be going to Spain in March at the Tovo Academy to learn and train. So we're expanding our and broadening our opportunities for our kids to have that ability to look at different opportunities and say, gosh, I'm growing and I'm building and I'm gaining more confidence and presenting them with different ideas.
One of the second things, the other strategic pillars, we're really dedicated to developing the performance and the knowledge that our current coaches have. Right. And we are committed to developing the coaches that we have within the program right now. And so we've made an investment in the Croy Football Hub, which is online technical training program for our coaches. We've held several meetings with the coaching staff at PSV Eindhoven in regards to how they develop their young players in different situations and environments that they put those players in. We do our own staff learning workshops. We just had one 2 weeks ago. I think we ended up with nearly 30 coaches attending it, where we're going and we're trying to create foundational programming, foundational activities that players throughout the different age groups go and engage within. We support coaching licensure within all of our coaches. We pay for our coaches through their D license, and if they aspire to get their national license, we'll also support them to be able to do that. And then finally, I know that Matt Lowe, one of our directors, is working on getting a group of coaches to go to Atletico Madrid this next fall to go and experience their youth academy system and hopefully be able to have things that they can bring back.
Right, and we're also talking about next spring taking one of our teams to Europe,
correct,
potentially England, which is also a player and coach experience, not just so we're trying to find ways to constantly put our coaches and players in positions and provide them with new experiences as well. So it's really cool.
Exciting for both if you're a player or if you're a coach.
And I would say our coaches are students of the game. We're very proud of our staff. We're very proud of the coaches that we have. They have incredible dedication and knowledge and experience, and we're presenting those coaches in front of you. But they are constantly learning, constantly finding ways to improve, and that process never ends. It's constant. So we're proud of that process and that mindset that we have of a growth mindset. And speaking of our coaching staff that we're super proud of, we have some great news about one of our coaches.
Jimmy Kim was announced as being the Indiana Soccer Travel Coach of the Year, and so it's a wonderful honor. It reflects well on the club, but also all the endeavor that he and Brian Foxworthy as assistant coach have put in to developing that team, and they've 2 back-to-back State Cup winning teams.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So it's
Congrats.
wonderful.
The third pillar that we're focusing on is creating a really, really strong club culture, and in that regard, we have several things that we do there, Coach. Putting the kids in environments that help create camaraderie, team building, team bonding, all those types of things.
I talked about having a meeting with PSV Eindhoven. One of the things we took away from that is they've got a player mentoring program, like a coach in training, where they'll pair up an older player with a younger player. They play similar positions, and those two players can engage. So we actually have created our own coach and training program where we've got players that are from U13 through U16, U17 that come down and help our youngers through our Futures program, our Pathway program, and our Younger Academy. We've also connected with soccerparenting.com to provide effectively a resource for our parents and our families and how to navigate this world of travel soccer, and also attempt to address a lot of the behavioral issues that happen along the sidelines. And so if you haven't taken your sideline pledge, go ahead. That's something that we want all of our families to do. We also, this coming fall, we're going to have within our academy programs, we're going to have small-sided game festivals and be able to mix players and challenge the players in different ways. They get more touches and just create within the academy, like a family type environment where they're getting to rub elbows with each other. And finally, over the course of the winter, we've got our 6v6 indoor festivals, which we've used traditionally as fundraising. Right. And also we've got Friday night football that runs through January and February for our teams as well.
We're constantly creating new programming and new opportunities for these kids. The other thing too is if you're looking to go into the future, we also are putting together a college resource program. So Coach Claudia here, coach at Purdue for Purdue Women for 20 years. Great resource to have Coach Claudia on our staff. It can help guide families and parents and players into, if they want to pursue the college level, we have that availability too. So we're going to be rolling that out as well, which is pretty exciting. Yeah, we have a lot of kids that aspire to play at the collegiate level. So when we talk about the rebrand of the club, this club has been around since 1979. It's not an easy task to rebrand a club that's been around for 45 plus years. We've gone through the process of the last year, walking through what it would look like, everything from what do you call it, what do you name it, but the idea is to change that perception. A lot of people assume, and we get these calls all the time, they assume you have to live in Zionsville in order to play in our program, even at the travel level, not just the recreation level. That's a challenge for us to try to overcome. We're proud of that heritage. We're proud of the history that we've had, the unintended consequences that it's perceived as a Zionsville community program.
And actually, the club initially was named Eagle Union, and so they rebranded in, I think, 2003, somewhere along the line, into the Zionsville Youth Soccer Association. So this approach is simply actually trying to get back to some of our own roots effectively.
Yeah, and like you said, Rob, the name pays homage to the original name of the club was Eagle Union back in 1979. So that's part of the rationale on why we want to try to rebrand the travel side and try to continue to grow our program. So the rebranding process was extensive, really extensive. We spent a year doing everything from, I don't know how many staff discussions and spirited discussions we had, brainstorming meetings. Our board had tremendous input. We held focus groups. We did surveys. We employed professional consultants. We had professional designers. And we had, a survey of potential names and colors, and we kind of try to engage everybody. So it was a very thorough, thoughtful process that we went through to get to the point where we are. And here's where we are. We are rebranding now. The official announcement is we are rebranding the travel program to be called Union FC Indy. Union FC Indy is going to be the new name of the travel program. And starting June 2nd at Tryouts, that's when that will officially take place. We're in the process now of getting all that stuff ready, and you'll see things on social media and on our website. But Union FC Indy is where we've landed.
Danny, I think it's really exciting. I think we've landed upon a great name, hearkening back to the beginning of this club. I think the colors, the combination of colors are wonderful. The marks are good. I think it will represent an opportunity for the club to, as we said, expand that geographic footprint to become somewhat of a destination for Northwest Indiana and Northwest Indianapolis. And it's just an exciting opportunity.
It really is. It's something that it's tough to rebrand. There's a lot of opinions of people. We had a lot of discussions about, what we like and what we don't like. And when you get a bunch of people in a room, it's obviously very difficult to all come to one agreement. But the board has been incredibly supportive. And so far, after the town halls, we've had nothing but support, and it's been a lot of fun. So we're entering a whole new era. We're stepping it up a notch, big time. And we're doing it in every single way we can, A to Z, within this club. I will mention that the recreational program does not change. ZYSA is still, Zionsville Youth Soccer is still the umbrella organization. The travel program will become Union FC Indy. Different name, different colors. The recreational program remains the same. ZYSA, green and white reversibles, no changes there. So to avoid any confusion, we'll have two different programs going on, so under the same umbrella. So I just want to make sure that's clear. We've got, we want to promote our tryouts. The idea is, with this new rebrand and this new rollout, we really, really want to get into promoting kids to come on out and see what we're doing, see the changes, see the movement that we have, the excitement that we're building. Talk about what's going on at Tryouts, Coach.
Sure, you've got, and you'll be able to find this information on our website, but effectively you've got June 3rd and 4th, Tuesday and Wednesday. You'll have U5 through U10 evaluations happening, and so you can come out one of those days, you can come out both of those days. And then the U11 through U19 tryouts are Monday and Tuesday, June 9th through and the 10th. And all of the club teams, all the travel teams are doing those at the same time. And we're, like I said, it's going to be a great opportunity, a change. We've added the Futures program, which is our U5 and U6 program just this last year. It's gotten great feedback. Our numbers have increased there. We're doing wonderfully well with the U7 and U8s in our pathway program. And so we're just really excited about the players that we've already have in place, providing them that path all the way to be able to play through their high school years.
Yeah, that's the idea. We want the kids to start when they're 4 and finish when they're 19. No matter what level you are or what your aspirations are, we have a program for you. We have a special needs program for kids with special needs. We have adult programming. So if you're 2 to 65, we have a program for you, and we'd like to keep you part of that family. So we thank you for your continued support. We appreciate you being part of this club. We're excited about what's happening and what's in the future of what's happening.
And we're excited about you being part of this transition as well. The players and families that are part of this transition are the essential elements. So please make sure that you sign up for tryouts. The registrations are open now. If you know friends, if you have other people that
tell a friend.
If you're aware of other people that are interested in playing, by all means, get them in touch. If they have questions, have them reach out, get them signed up as well, because we're really excited about the opportunities that we have going forward.
And we need your help to spread this message of what we're doing and help us get the word out there that there's changes coming. There's a lot of movement, a lot of positive energy. So our ask of you is help us support it, help us promote it, and help us find some kids as well. So we thank you.